This is the Elementum that a lot of us have been waiting for. Me in particular, I've been waiting for a button lock and I never purchased the larger, the one where you need the button to open and disengage and engage the opening mechanism. I like my Elementums. My first one ever was this ebony one, which is still to this day one of the smoothest. It's very, very smooth. Then I got, where was it? A gray G10, which after cleaning it also became very smooth. Oh wow, it actually sounds pretty different now that I noticed. Yeah, very smooth. Love it. Then my carbon fiber addiction came in and I got this beautiful kind of, I call it like a marbled carbon. Great looking knife. And then the one that has issues and Knife Center won't help me out, but that's for another video. I'll have the unboxing and I have another video coming talking about the issues. Anyway, as you can see, I like my Elementums. I have 4 of them, as you can see down here. And now we have this size in a button lock, but there are some other differences. So we're gonna unbox it and we're gonna see firsthand how this feels and how it compares to my other Elementums. I got this one on Amazon. I like getting my stuff pretty quick, and I was able to order it and get it next day. So if you're interested, I'll have links in the description. They help support the channel if you use those links. Let's see. This is the all black one, by the way. There's currently 3 available. I believe there's the green G10 with the black stonewash blade, a jade with a silver blade. I forget what kind of finish it has. And then the all black, which is what I have right there, which I don't even own an all black Elementum. Yes, so that was a nice little touch. As you saw, all my other ones are more on the, it might be black, but not the actual knife. Let me put this away real quick. All right, let's see this thing up close and personal real quick. We have a beautiful button that does not stick out too much. I love it, I love it, I love it. Reminds me, this is probably one of the most sunk in, which, let me pull it out real quick. Oh, where did it go? Kaiser's one of the worst when it comes to that. Look how far out that button is. And it's not because it's, recessed and you can, no, it sticks out a lot more. But CJRB is an example, another one. This is the Pyrite. I'll have a video in the corner here later. We're going to compare these in a second. But right off the bat, this is an Elementum. It's not that different than the rest, except you have a button which sits extremely flat. The next thing is going to be, once we deploy it, we're going to see how far it comes out. We have that typical deep carry pocket clip with everything being sunken in, recessed, flush, whatever word you want to use, but it's not reversible. We have the lanyard loop, which I really don't care for, and some aftermarket companies actually cover that up. Let's do a quick comparison to a non-button lock. As you can see, it's basically identical. Yeah, it's thick. Oh yeah, that is noticeably thicker. You can almost see the pivot screw sticks out from the body, and here it doesn't. That shows you how much thicker it actually is, but you can visually see it is a much thicker knife. That is the one thing I liked about the Pyrite. It was extremely thin. So here's the Pyrite. Let's first put it up against a regular Elementum, because I have a feeling it's really, yeah. See, CJRB can do it, but Civivi could not. Although there are a lot of companies doing button locks, I believe, and I have not taken them apart, they function sometimes slightly different, and that's why some folks need, Kaiser with their buttons sticking out. Some people can make it thinner, some can't. So the first thing we're going to do is see how much thicker that is, just out of curiosity. So a regular Elementum is, what are we doing? We're on inches. Let's go to millimeters. 11.14 millimeters. 11.14 versus, get off the pocket clip, 13.14. So almost two. All right, we're getting down to 13. Almost 2 millimeters thicker. And is this even skinnier? Yeah, 10.7. That's why I love the CJRB Pyrite. I started carrying it, and I know in the first, yeah, 10.8. Okay, so almost, if not a hair thinner than a regular Elementum. That is really, 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 really thin. And action, it's tight. It's a tight button lock. It's got a decent D10. But let's go back to this guy. We're going to flip it and see how it feels. The G10 feels nice. All black. I like the all black. I don't have too many knives that are all black, but when I do get one, I actually like it. All right, well, let's see how the flipping action is. We have jimping that does not go all the way around. It kind of stops right there. Forget if the other one was like that, but let's see. First flip, ready? Wow, okay, that feels really good. Right off the bat, I could literally, if I were to flip this blindly, right back to back, I would not be like, oh yeah, that's the button lock one. That's a good thing. That means the D10, whatever acts as one, is doing a really good job. The button also does not stick out that much. I love that. Freaking love it. Lock up. A little bit of blade play. A little bit of blade play. There's no up and down, but there is a little bit of side to side, more than I would like. Another difference is this is Nitro V. The other ones are D2. Civivi loves hiding their steel. And it looks like they did an awesome job at hiding it on this one. Oh, there it is. Right in there somewhere. I don't know if you could see it. Nitro V. All right, let's see how this thing closes, and let's see if there's any button stick. A little bit of button stick, but holy crap, was that smooth. Once it falls, it falls. All right. It's not, let's see. It needs a little swing. You got to give it a little swing. More than I would like. Yeah, it's not the smoothest. Yeah, believe me, I've handled a decent amount of button locks, and this, see, the button is literally, you hear that? Oh, hold on, we just got looser all of a sudden. Ah, okay, hold on a second. See, I forget if it was the other Civivi that was like this too. Let me take a look real quick. We're gonna pull over the Altus. If I push the button really hard, yeah, if you push the button too hard, so here's like the button halfway in. Now here's the button all the way in. Do you see how it just stopped? Halfway in, all the way in. Same thing with this guy. You cannot push it. Again, this is what I meant by some knives. Some knife companies, the mechanism works differently. If I hold it kind of like halfway in, now I'm going to push harder. Look at that. It just almost stopped. It's stuck. So that's just something to notate. You have to find the perfect push to get it to fall. Versus, let's say, a Kaiser, which I don't like the button sticking out an insane amount when it's open compared to this one. But on the other hand, you can push this a little bit, and then you can push it all the way. I'm pushing it as hard as I can right now. It doesn't matter. It just falls. And that's how I would like a button lock to work, in the sense that I don't want to be able to have to find that happy ground of where it falls and doesn't fall. It's something I noticed, and I was going to make another video about it, but since it was Civivi, because I forgot if it was Civivi or Kaiser or who, yeah, it's noticeable. Let's see if the CJRB is like that. Where did I put it? So, pushing it halfway. Very loose, pushing it all the way. Still fine. All right, so it looks like it's just Civivi. Kaisers are not like that, at least the Kaiser that I have right here. But it's happened on 2 out of the 2 Civivi button locks that I have. So I love the upgrades that they did to this, which is the Nitro V blade steel, the button lock. Let's see how it cuts out the box. Oh, that's nice. Come on. It's hard to see through the camera. Oh yeah, that's good. Once you get the right angle down, that's really nice. Let's move this out of the way. So, like I said, the upgrades that they did, I like them. I've always loved the Elementum. It's the button lock that is weird. You can get used to it, as I'm doing right now. It's opening and closing pretty nicely, but, you know, I'm pushing too hard. I have to kind of find a certain angle until it actually falls. Can I reverse flick it? Yeah, you can reverse flick it. There's a decent amount, especially with the black coated blade, just in case anyone's interested. It's not the easiest thing to do, but you can do that. So, you know, it's not a new knife, and this video is probably getting longer than it should have been already. We're gonna do a quick weight test. I forgot to do that. I'm curious if it weighs more than the old one. So for comparison, we're gonna take the G10 version. We'll go with the old one first, since we know it's thinner. This one, G10 and D2, 2.89, and the blade I think is 2.9, so that's awesome. This guy's probably going to come in, I don't know, maybe over 3. 3.11, 3.14. So you get a knife that is a little bit thicker and a little bit heavier, but the trade-off is you're getting a steel that is better to most people. Nitro V versus D2. I believe that's stainless versus the D2 not being fully stainless. You get a button lock versus a liner lock, which a lot of people like, although I think Civivi could work on making their button locks a little bit better. But overall, that's about it. And what does it go for? I think it's about $15 more than these. These, I don't know right now, I think they're about $50, and these are about $65. So for $15, I think it's a worthy upgrade. You're getting the button lock, you're getting the Nitro V. But take in consideration, you're adding a little bit of weight, and you're adding a knife that is thicker. Other than that, it is basically identical. And the button lock is not the best in the business, but it's sufficient. It's just not as nice and drop shutty as some other button locks. You just got to get used to it. And then once you do, you go back to the other one, and then that feels different. And blah, blah, blah. You know how it is. All right. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this little unboxing and quick first impressions on the Civivi Elementum. I'm definitely going to be carrying it. Maybe I'll do an update video in the future, maybe comparisons a little bit more. If you enjoyed the video and you want to see more knife reviews, unboxings, content in general, consider subscribing to the channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks a lot.